Oh, yeah.
Right then. Whoa. See if this is all set up, all ready to go. I think so. Right then. Hello, chat. Morning, morning. How are we all? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hi, chat.
That is a hello from the lovely Miss Jane. How are we all doing, chat? Are we doing well? Are we keeping in good form? Thank you very much, Gino, there, for the amount of time that I would normally be able to tell you if I had my glasses with me, but due to such events, I do not. But I believe if I was to make a guess to the number that I was going to be saying, I would roundabout guess that it was number 50? Hey, yeah, no, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to some MudRunner Spin Tires, or Spin Tires MudRunner. I'm going to be chilling out. We're sort of halfway through, or getting towards halfway through our 1-star challenge here, which is very, very nice. We've got a little bit left to do. Can I have a shirt as well? Can I stretch the quartermaster for a shirt?
I'll throw one down the stairs for
you. Yeah, that's great. So I did have a shirt once upon a time. But I was opening a tin of beans for breakfast this morning. I was having a cooked breakfast, and as I pulled the pull sort of ring lid off, a bit like a Muller yogurt, when you open it, it just leaps out the tin at you. I was like, oh, fantastic. Absolutely destroyed. DRG with Womble went. I don't know. He seems to be very booked up with playing Raft with Cyanide at the moment. I don't know whether he's playing tonight. Cube blind, and Cube is very blind. I would like to hear more manly noises. I'll see if I can find some manly noises for you then. So yes.
I actually asked about DRG recently.
Good question.
Yep.
Fair enough. I'll have to endeavour to organise. Can do that after this. So yeah, how are people in chat doing? I'm on a new quest to obviously get to know some people in chat again. I've been feeling auspiciously estranged from my Twitch chat. I've got to be honest. I've had a lot going on upstairs. DRG's Deep Rock Galactic, Polo Congan. Yeah, I've been in a bit of a weird headspace for the last few days, or indeed longer than that, for the last couple of months, and it's been partly responsible for the lack of streaming on my part. I don't know whether it's a mix of sort of lockdown fever, as J-Bar lovingly put it, real-life cabin fever, and just not being able to go to the pub or go and watch a movie. So yeah, I've been in a pretty weird headspace, and it's kind of been getting me down a bit, which is why I haven't been on Twitch nearly as much as maybe I should have been. But I've taken advice from a friend of mine, that friend being Catler, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird getting mental health advice from someone who's 3 years younger than you. I'll take it. Discipline and routine is something that I'm going to try and be striving for my own sake. So yeah, I'm going to be, as of tomorrow, streaming at set times if I can. I'm going to try and get back into at least the old work schedule. I've updated the offline screen and the schedules tab to reflect what streams will guaranteed be there. Mostly it's going to be evening streams, because I'm going to get back into the habit of streaming under my old work routine, so that hopefully if I return to work, and that's another thing that's been weighing on my mind a bit. Hopefully if I return to work, then I will already be in that streaming routine, which is nice. The pubs are open now, yes, Licky, but the problem is that these pubs, right? First things first, you don't really want to go to a pub at the moment, right? These are the first shaky weeks of the, should we call it the leisure sector, the entertainment sector, being open. And they're really on a knife edge of whether they stay open or closed. Coronavirus hasn't gone, and as we reintroduce more ways for the virus to spread again, the likelihood of a second spike is more and more inevitable. It's just how it is, unfortunately. So whilst in their most literal sense, yes, pubs and clubs and, well, as I call clubs, pubs with wubs, as long as, those places are obviously starting to open, stuff like that, there's already been numerous pubs that have had to already close again due to people having coronavirus in those establishments, and then they have to close permanently. So if you want pub food and drinks, take it home. Yeah, I guess. But it's still tricky. It's still tricky, unfortunately. So you can't really go out and watch a movie either. It's just odd. It's just weird. I would actually recommend you doing some creative work, aka anything that creates some sort of results. While streaming is technically creative work, it's just you playing games, and it might wear you down. Pick some sort of hobby to busy yourself with, and your mental health will improve. I appreciate the advice there, because it's been weird, but I've been on furlough longer than most people. I know everybody started furlough from the same date when retail closed, but I had 2 weeks of quarantine before that, because my older brother, and then I got sick. And so I've come the 15th of July, I will be, air quotes, celebrating 4 months out of work. It's like, if you would have asked me 4 months ago, hey, do you want to have 4 months off? I'd have been like, yeah, man, fucking, oh my god. But now I'm here, man. I was like, oh god, I can't wait to go back to work. I am absolutely lost. Well, do graphics as creative stuff. I don't know. I don't know what graphics stuff I do. I mean, I could, but I'm no good graph. I'm no good at graph. Well, yeah, but it's one of those. Or sing. I could sing. I don't know. Everything's Monka DCMA now, or DMCA, or whatever I fucking say. Good old MS Paint. Yeah, I've just having a swig of water there. You'll have to forgive me if I get any burps as well. We've just had breakfast. I made myself a full English. I did a full cooked breakfast. You can do Twitch sings. Oh god, I could do Twitch sings. I have the voice of an angel. Do you recommend this game? Well, I'm not much for game recommendations, right? What you have to do as an individual is look at the game that I am putting before you and decide whether it is something you can see yourself playing. It's a very slow game. It's very chill. And a lot of people, I tend to play more slow games than not, mostly due to the fact that I have the I have the hand-eye coordination of a blind man with no sense of touch. So I couldn't do Valorant, let's say. I wouldn't be very good. I'd be firmly in the bottom of the pile, Valorant streamers. But yeah, for weird games like this that tend to be less about the skill and reaction time and more about just the enjoyment of playing, that tends to be more my cup of tea. What am I on about? This is a very skilled game. That low, sultry voice is mesmerising and encouraging. Well, I'm glad people. I'm glad people are enjoying the voice at least. If that's all it is, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so MudRunner. Let me load this up then. Click play. I'm gonna close the window on the birds. There we go. Window's closed. Lovely love. Lovely, lovely love. Chill on those Q on those chill games. Yes, full-time ASMR streamer. ASMR is a bit weird. Like, people get ASMR out of my voice because it is weirdly bassy and wobbly. I don't know. Like, some people get out of that. I don't know. It's not a dedicated ASMR stream house, though, is it? Like, I kind of built my empire on being really bad at computer games, and I think that's where I should stay, for that is where the bodies of the fallen have climbed me to. Which is interesting. You chubbed me. Big vomit. So I don't play CSGO. No, I am level 0.2, 0.3 in CSGO. I literally have, like... I'm not even half a level. I've played it once. I played one game for that bullshittery, and then that was it. Never played it again. Always open to do some Total War Warhammer 2. Oh, I suppose I could, Toby, as a matter of. Which will be nice. Deeply erotic voice. Apparently. Big polite cat. maybe, Toby. We'll see. Right. What am I doing? I'm thanking a couple of people. I'm thanking Mr. Finks for the 33 months. As I did miss that, because I was cube waffling, as it so often tends to be. As I headbutt the microphone there. And thank you to... is it Vartrius? I need to move that monitor a bit closer, to be honest. Yeah, there it is. And that one. Lovely. The best reason to sub to CAF is so that you can have polite cat. It is true. It is a quality emote. So, yes, MudRunner. Let me scroll down to the right game capture window here, because as with all things, I have no hotkeys for any of these. So let's see. New scene. Tab into MudRunner, and this should all hook in. It's very loud, actually. There it is. Right. Settings. Let's just turn the sound down a little bit. There it is. So yes, MudRunner. What is MudRunner? MudRunner, I'm sure most of you have seen it. It's been released in about 13 different varieties, or at least 2 that I know of. And it's basically a game, it's really more of a physics tech demo, to be honest, than a standalone game. But it's a game all about trucking in the mud. So you play in sort of very, I'm guessing Russia, or some sort of Eastern Bloc country, by the style of lorry that we have here. But yes, you play a logger, or a truck driver man, in the deep, vast, cavernous woods of the deep Siberian forests kind of thing. MudRunner equals Russian ETS2. That, in summary, yes. That's pretty much it. A bunch of us lads were playing amongst us. You might be interested for you. Detective work. Yeah, that would be... I'd actually be really up for that, Screwed. I really would be. Hello, Freddy. Good to see you, mate. I'm not doing too bad, sir. Good to have you in. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, yes, a couple of things before we get started. Joe, I've seen in the title that you have a thing called the 1-Star Challenge. Well, what is the 1-Star Challenge? Allow me to explain. It's quite difficult for you to see here because of the... because of how dark it is. But if I press one of these buttons... One of these... No, it's not that one. Is it this one? No, that's diff lock or wheel drive. One of these... Just bear with me a minute. That one. So, here on the door, I've got several... I can't zoom in any more than this, but here on the door I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little red stars on the side of my lorry. And red stars represent the difficulty at which you completed the mission that you're doing. So, when you first load into a lobby, you have a maximum amount of stars that you are allowed to take with you as a balancer. It's a little bit complicated, but you'll get it. So a map will, say, have 6 available stars, and you get to choose from a pool of lorries and trucks and cars that all have a different rank between 1 and 4 stars, I believe. And the 4-star lorries are really good, and the 1-star lorries are absolute dog shit. Like the worst lorries you could be taking out in terrain like this. And the idea is that I want to complete this game using the worst lorries that I can. Now, you can't only take 1 lorry, okay? As in, you can take 1 lorry to start, but the map you're on will have other lorries and bits of equipment available to you. But you have to go and discover them, which means driving across the map in your awful shipmobile. Which I managed to do. In the awful fucking... I mean, so if you look at this here, this is quite a respectable little lorry, isn't it? It's not bad, it's not bad. I fucking drove across the map, or at least I drove from this garage to here, in this feckless, awful piece of shit, with no diff lock and no all-wheel drive. The single most miserable existence that a human being can endure in the 21st century. It's just the most gutless, horrible, evil, heinous. Oh, it's the worst thing in the world. Like, it's absolute... You can kind of see the stars a little bit better there. I know it's dark and the daytime will swing around. It's about 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, it's honestly the worst vehicle in the world. And I am glad that it is behind me. I'm trying to figure out what the button to do stuff is. Is it that one? No, that's map. Give me a minute.
Oh, yeah.
I will get it, chat, don't you worry. Thank you very much there to an anonymous gifter for gifting a tier 1 sub to Adrius. Very, very kind. One of these buttons will do this. Was it that button? I have no idea. It seemed to. But yeah, I'm going to be playing with... I've got like 3 formats of control. I've got my controller, or my wheel here, that I'm going to be using to steer the truck. I've got my Xbox controller that I use to operate the crane, because I find the controls a bit more intuitive. And then I've got, obviously, the mouse and keyboard for doing certain elements that the controller and the wheel do not have on them, namely navigating through different things. Use it as an actual fuel point, since the refueling places are dog shit. I think that's probably a good idea. But, for the most part, I do have some fuel stationed here at this fuel trailer. My only problem is, it looks like I need to be connected to it, which is a bit of a faff. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to kill the engine as a point of. So let's see here. So yeah, I'm going to kill the engine as a point of, and I'm going to jump on the map here. Not that one, this one. And then see if I can... Can't quite, okay. Looks like it's up to the mouse. So this guy here has like a few repair points and stuff, and I think I want to hook him up to the trailer. I think that's going to be the best thing for it. So let's put it into manual gear here, and I have to use the mouse for this, because again I don't have a sequential gearbox. Lock that in like that, release the parking brake, and then survive on the diff lock. There we go. Thank you very much there to, is it Peitzen? Not sure how to pronounce that K there. Thank you very much. Now these old Soviet trucks are actually pretty good in the mud. They've got sort of very wide, shallow tyres with a good bit of grip on them. Just a small dink. Don't you worry about a thing. Absolutely fine. Now what I have to do is I have to connect to this trailer in order to... Oh God, what am I doing? What are the mechanics going to think of me? Right. Lock it into reverse. There we go. I don't know whether that's going to really slide with them, but we shall see. Come on. Bit of juice, bit of beans. There it is. So I'm just trying to get it backed up onto the little spindle there. There it is. That should be good enough. Advanced. You need to move just a little bit closer. Okay, that I can do. I'm just a little bit off center. Okay. I need to go this way a little bit. Kick it forward.
Oh, yeah.
And then back round and left. Thank you very much there to Ollers. Good to see you, mate. Our our resident bomb drop operator. Good to see you. Advanced. Attach fuel trailer. There we go. Few sparks for good measure. So what we'll do is we will kill the engine. Kill the headlights so we don't flatten the battery. Line up the wheels as straight as we can. And then we can use this as kind of a temporary depot of sorts. So now what I'm going to do is change truck back to this guy. Drive as close as I can to that vehicle, because that's what I need to do. Need to also just jump into that there and then disable all-wheel drive, because all-wheel drive is very gas guzzling. Now this isn't really a heavy-duty mission. It's going to take me a long time to be able to get to all of these different fuel depots, and not necessarily fuel depots, but definitely like lumber yards and lumber camps and stuff. And it's not going to be too difficult with a single log load like this. Like this isn't, I mean, it's heavy, but heavy's actually got its own benefits, because heavy weight over the rear axle means that the rear axle really drives into the mud, and it can actually find purchase where an unloaded trailer might not. Let's have a look here. So I want to fuel up if I can. Now, how would I go about doing that? So, stop engine. How does one do fuel? If I click change truck, I don't need that on. Fuel trailer. No. Advanced. Engine off. Stop engine. There it is, parking brake on. Fuel trailer, fuel up that guy, and then he's got a full tank, and that should get him most of the way there. So change truck, back to him. Full tank of gas. Very nice. We figured out the logistics at least. Parking brake off. Put it in gear. Low range. Or first gear, medium range, I should say. Leave it on the diff lock, no all-wheel drive. And then we need to get off towards either one of the logging kiosks, and I feel like doing the one that's further away is probably the more sensible thing here. So let's have a look then. So we're trying to get from here down to that lumber camp. Is that the only lumber camp? It is actually. There is only one lumber yard. Okay, I thought it might have been a map where there's two. So there is only one lumberyard to deliver to. Just make sure I'm not being stupid. No, only one lumberyard. So basically going to the garage and then south is going to be the way to do this. But there's the right way and then there's the easy way. And that's the conundrum here. So in terms of navigation, the best thing to do, or at least the most direct route if you want to say, or the one that's least complicated, is to come all the way to the right here. To the fuel station, because that would allow me to refuel, and then go all of the way south. The problem that presents is that we have to go through this bit, and from our last adventure, we know that this bit is a bit of a bastard. Like this is a bit of a anus to try and do. It could also give me the opportunity to use this logging kiosk instead, and really reduce the amount of time on the journey. This logging kiosk probably makes more sense to get access to these back roads and come in some effect down here, cross the river there, and then go right across. So, for the sake of, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go on a path slightly non-forged, and I'm going to see if I can get through all of these places in relatively good time. Because there seems to be the most road going this way, which I'm all for, to be honest. I'm a bit of a stickler for roads. It's a 2,000 metre journey, but I think it's going to work well. he says, with really no confidence at all. And it also gives us an opportunity to explore a piece of the map that we've not been to yet. It doesn't take us within a very far shot of a fuel station, but I think with some careful driving, some feathering of the all-wheel drive and some diff lock, we should be okay, because even though the distance is further, as long as we're not using all-wheel drive, we should be okay. Remember to get a fuel cistern along as well. Yeah, I think so. I think you're probably right there. Yeah, with the extra weight over the rear axle. Because really one of the best things that you can do in this game is get a heavy or long log loader, or a log carriage, and that's really the beast that you need. But sadly I don't really have the facilities to get one all the way up here at the moment, due to my stark lack of lorries. The only other thing that would be worth doing if I do get stuck in terms of fuel, and I really don't want to do it unless I have to, because I don't like pain, would be to get the B130, that horrible bloody blue truck that I was hating on earlier, and then using that as like a temporary fuel cistern. But I don't even know whether it can mount a fuel cistern or whether it has to tow. And if it has to tow, that is the worst thing in the world. So anyway, now that we're on the road, now that the logistics of it are all sorted, we've explained what we're doing, where we're going, why we're going. How are people in chat doing? Are people doing well? I'm going to look up a map and help you out. I appreciate that. I think we'll be okay, though. The B150 is actually a little better with the chain tyres and a bit of weight on the back. Okay. I shall endeavour to remember such a thing. I've never seen this game before. It's basically a logging game. With very realistic mud physics, and that's really all there is to it. It's less about the actual cutting down of the trees and more about the actual transportation of the logs themselves. Around this corner here. Now I'm guessing I'm staying on this road, one would assume. Because I am sort of only taking main roads. I need to turn off the diff lock as I come up here, because this is quite hard ground. I don't want to damage it. Very nice. Slow and steady wins the race in this. If you spin the wheels too much, as the name would suggest, you do just spin your tyres. And you end up in a world of bother. So yes, slow and steady wins the race. We're taking the route that is not necessarily as direct, but definitely the path of least resistance. And as you can see, we've already come a few hundred metres into our journey and we've barely used any petrol, which is just swell. We're back on the diff lock here. Going to try and stay on this relatively high and dry ground to the right here. Doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, Tevin, as I say. It's sort of, lockdown is just getting a bit lonely for me and it is starting to fuck with me a little bit. I know I come across as this all-seeing, all-dancing, you know, Twitch streamer. Yeah, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, I'm just a human being. You know, I like social contact as much as the next guy, and there's just not really much of it going on at the moment. And I definitely have been, as a result of my head state, been neglecting stream a little bit. A lot, really. And it has been tricky, it has been difficult. Because a lot of it has just come down to a total lack of motivation. Well, we kind of freeze-framed for a little bit there. I was worried about a crash. Just streaming people give you the company. It's kind of weird, though, Jarchin, right? And this is something you'll only really know if you're a little bit of a social creature like I am. And you do live streaming. Even though that there's 237 people in chat, and okay, if you want to break it down even further, only about 10 or 20 of people or so are chatting, which is fair enough, you know. It tends to be I play a lot of lurker-oriented games, so it's totally fine. People have got their own stuff going on in their lives, people are doing their own thing. A bit of background material, which is A-okay. You become very... There's a point at which you become very hyper-aware that you are just sitting alone in your living room, talking into a microphone. It's a bit different. It's not quite social contact. You kind of... Yeah, it's kind of a bit weird to describe. No, it's all good, bad loser. It's chill. I know that it's very lurky content. A lot of people are working from home and stuff, and they just like having some noise to work to, which is fine. I would do the same thing. We're here with you, even if kinda, because I have work. Exactly, yeah. So it's chill. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. But yeah, you do at some point become very, very hyper aware. Also, we're absolutely carving up this road, but you become very aware of the fact that you are literally just talking to yourself, kind of thing. If you want to say literally, because I mean non-literally, I'm talking to hundreds of people via the internet, but literally, I'm talking to myself. I'm just here in my living room. I never did get that shirt thrown down to me. Now I use nitro. I've jinxed it. I know, right?
Oh,
Thank you very much to Helmont TV there. Very, very kind, sir. Thank you. We are absolutely carving up this trail, and we've barely used any fuel. I'm pretty happy with this as a result. Oh, there it is. The shirt has arrived. Once we get to a slight bit of harder ground, in fact, I think that will do just there. I'll just hit the handbrake, and then I'll just go and put that on. Ugh. Big shirts. You know, open the curtains as well. Let a bit of daylight in, even though it's pretty grim daylight. Ugh. Yeah, it's absolutely hosing it down here in the UK at the moment, which is annoying because my parents bought me a new outdoor. Or I should say bought us a new outdoor rotary washing line. I know, right? Swanky. Come on. Find a bit of power. There's a bit of grunt. Atta girl. Guess we're going round this way. This is a much more agreeable logging trail than the last one. The last one I was on, the last route that I took was literally a lake I drove through. So this is much better. Twitch, for both the viewers and the streamer, can't really replace social interactions. It's more of a relationship between an entertainer and the audience than human and human. That's why, even though voice chat and streaming seem similar, it feels very different, yeah. Yeah, I'd say you've pretty much hit the nail on the head there, in terms of a definition. I reckon this would be snug. I don't know whether you could do this in a long log carrier. Definitely a medium. A long might be a bit of a stretch, but not impossible. You might struggle with like beaching over this lip here. And we're not talking about the guy that closed all the railways in the UK, but bottoming out the trailer. Love the XCOM playthrough. Put a lot of hours into this one. Yeah, XCOM was pretty good. I have been meaning to go back to XCOM, but that requires big brain. And, like, because of where I've been at recently and sort of state of mind and stuff, I've been trying not to do games that require big brain. Because XCOM's all about the... apologies if you hear any whining as well, but it's all about the big brain and the tactics and stuff, which is good, to be honest, because I would be looking forward to that. This is the only bit with any real amount of water in it. Round we go here. Yeah, you'd struggle to do that in a long log carrier. It's just a little bit of a tight corner. Yeah, the physics are really good in this game. You can see like the tyres and everything and the mud. Swing her around. Very, very nice. Turn off the diff lock here, just for a little bit. And then right back on. The diff lock doesn't work very well on hard ground, so you've always got to try and avoid that if you can. Yeah, that's true, Kawa. Over we go. Just trying to get some purchase from the rear wheels there. There we go. That's the stuff. Right, there you go. On target, yeah. You'd struggle to get a long log cart through here. Like, genuinely you would. The risk of... Well, the risk of falling over would be ever present. God, look at this shit. Am I going to dab of all-wheel drive? Just use those front wheels. There we go. Just snap that tree. It's in the way anyway. Jesus Christ. Lovely. And back on the right trail. This is really fucking snug, but the mud isn't too bad here. Like, there's definitely worse mud than this in the map. In fact, the worst mud is by one of the fuel cisterns. I'm going to say that going right here is the way to do it. Round we go. So I can slow down for a corner. Different game, different game. Sire. What different jobs are there in this game? Literally just to deliver logs. That's all the game ever added. There we go. Good stuff. Give it a bit of power coming up there. That's fine. Keep it on the trail. Let's not put it in the trees. Good stuff. We'll keep on creeping on. Lovely. We've come a long way, well over a mile into our journey here, which is nice. Once we reach the big river, which I think I can just see creeping into view here, we are most of the way to our destination, which is excellent. Just fording the big river is really the only major obstacle left, and then it's just a short drive to wherever it is we're going. What I might do is take this opportunity to tow the B130 back to the garage, so that I don't have to drive it there myself. Could also kill the headlights, couldn't I? As no, I'm not really using them at the moment, which is great. I don't know anything about SnowRunner, Toby. It's not necessarily that I'm any kind of, like, real advocate against, like, Epic Games or anything like that. Although I know that a lot of people aren't a big fan of them, but it's more, for me, I don't want another games launcher. Like, just put it on Steam. Like, so many companies and stuff are just trying to make their own versions of Steam, and it's to, like, the detriment of the user, really. Like, I just don't need another games launcher. EA's launcher didn't take off. Ubisoft launcher didn't take off. And Epic Games is just funneling an obscene amount of cash into theirs to try and make theirs take off, but it will always be second place to Steam. And that just be how it be. There we go. Over and round. We actually handled that river fording really well. I'm actually quite impressed with that. We could do that run a few times over. And I mean, what? We've only used coming up to 100 litres of fuel. So that's not bad. So one thing I am going to be changing, then I am going to be changing my destination here, or a little bit. I'm going to be going in and grabbing the B130 and then going to this lumber yard here, which I'm guessing the best way is to go there, there, and there. Because it doesn't really have a direct road. Because I do want to grab the B130, just because it's a bit of a pain in the ass to drive all on its lonesome. There we go. It depends. Steam having a monopoly doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. It should be a storefront and games downloaded. You should have to rely on any launcher to run it. I suppose, having it just as a storefront. It's more I like having it just as a nice collection for my library stuff. Because so often, even if, like, say for example, I'll get Assassin's Creed, right? As an example. Like, you can buy it on Steam, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You can buy it on Steam, and you can launch it through Steam. which is brilliant. I love that. But if you want to do the online stuff, you log into the... Not that anyone plays Assassin's Creed Brotherhood online anymore, which is big sad, because I really like that. But yeah, like, you know, it's like... you have to, like, log in, which is fair enough. But, like, it's the games that you buy on Steam, and then, like, you literally... You have to, like, do everything through their launcher. It was like, well, what's the point in releasing it on Steam in the first place? It's just not very convenient for the end user. And I'm all about that convenience. The problem with that, Harrio, is that there's nowhere near as much money in making games as there is selling other people's. Why spend money making a game when you can earn money selling them? It is a bit of a shame. Steam has enough money that they can do both. Yeah, but that's not how capitalist Western organisations do it, is it? They do have enough money for both, but why affect the forthcoming profits? I mean, there was... I remember my little brother's a big TF2 player, and Valve, apparently, they did like an animated short called Expiration Date. You might have seen it with their Source filmmaker thing. And they basically, like Adult Swim, they were going to be making like a series for Adult Swim with it, and they couldn't really be bothered to keep up with Adult Swim's deadlines to actually produce a series. Like they just couldn't really be asked, and the whole thing fell through, which is a big sad. There we go. Got my little donkey behind me. Yeah, screwed. Single greatest bit of acting I've ever... That should have got an Oscar. See, I'm glad you think that, Jimmy Ray. Because I'm not that big of a fan of Half-Life either. I like the lore in the same way that I like the Warhammer lore, or the SCP lore. I like the lore of of Half-Life, that kind of dystopian future, City 17 stuff. But in terms of games and gameplay, it's not, I mean, that good. I mean, I suppose it was alright for the generation that it came out in, but really only a game like that you'd play for the pangs of nostalgia. You know, if you played it when it first came out on your dad's old work laptop. But I didn't do any of that. I bought into it way afterwards. Portal, I would say, was good. I liked what Valve did with Portal. But even then, that was just a puzzle game, wasn't it? At its core. But cool mechanics, though, you have to admit. It was very unique for the time. I think Valve games are very much... They've had their heyday. Now the stuff... If you were to go back and play sort of Half-Life 2 now, you wouldn't think it was that impressive. But back at the time, it was. The lore is kind of groovy and the games were competent, but it's looking... But it's much looking at Halo. It's a competent game, but not super landmark making beyond... Ultimately beyond the hype. Yeah, I know what you mean. Big secret. The first horror game I ever played was Halo Reach Combat Evolved, the first one. I played it when I was 10 years old, and I couldn't get past the first bit where you go through the vents with the grunts, because that scared me. Big sad. Didn't play it for years until later. What is this game? It's just like a logging game. Physics logging game. You'll pick it up pretty quickly. Yeah, this game is gorgeous, to be fair. So we should be coming up to the garage here, which means I can leave your man behind. Thank you very much to Gladpie. Keep me and you have... Sorry. Have you on at... Sorry, bear with me, you'll have to... forgive me while I try to English and drive at the same time. Have you on at work on my phone below the screen? I hope you're keeping your mind in good places. It's a strange year. Radio Quebec, That sweet, sweet voice, JK. No, it's alright. Flattery will get you everywhere. My literal first horror game was sorry, English is hard. Silent Hill 7. Silent Heaven. I suppose it is, isn't it? Right, so I can drop your man. And then continue on my way. If I can just leave him there. I don't know whether his engine's still running, but even if he is, he's right next to the depot, so it shouldn't be. Do you know what? I'm just going to make sure the engine's turned off. No, that's the one. Stop engine. Change truck. There it is. Bit of power. And release the diff lock.
Yeah.
There we go. Wolfenstein Return to Castle Wolfenstein was the first game that gave me nightmares. The first horror game that gave me nightmares was Aladdin's Maths Quest, ages 3 and up. I was 8 at the time, and it was perhaps the scariest thing I'd ever experienced at that point, because it's not really a game designed for 3-year-olds. Like, 3-year-olds have a bit of a vivid imagination, right? And telling a 3-year-old kid that Aladdin has been trapped in this ethereal dimension by this laughing skull, and the only way to save him is to go on a long journey through all of this weird shit. The ability to save Aladdin rests entirely on your ability to do math, and I do not do math well. You know, it's I've got a life on the line. Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. It was like to give you an idea as well. It's some of the like creepy shit that they had you do. Like the fucking first thing in the game is that you're in a prison cell. You're in like a prison cell, and the thing that you have to do to get out of the prison cell is feed insects to a spider's babies, like this colour of insect goes to that spider kind of thing, and once you've done enough of that, she gives you the key. Like, what? It scared the shit out of me. Or like fucking honestly, it was just really unsettling as well. Like, honestly, the worst game ever. Games and cartoons for kids then pulled no punches. Remember Courage the Cowardly Dog, to be fair. I didn't watch Courage the Cowardly Dog until much later, though, to be fair. And by that time, I thought it was great. Really did. So I believe this is our turn off here. So we've actually done really well here. We've used less than half a tank. Just a tiny bit of that. Oh god, that's why it's spinning the wheels. I'm on... There we go. I wasn't on diff lock. So I changed trucks. There we go. We're through. Such a good cartoon. Courage was pure nightmare fuel. It really was, wasn't it? Now that I think back to it. I did really enjoy it at the time. But yeah, it was nightmare fuel. Good grief. Through we go. Very nice. Very happy with that. Very, very happy with that, in fact. Just over this small little river here. Oof. Now what I probably want to do now is go and grab a long... Oh, come on, you bastard, up you get. Go and grab a long log cart, because the long log carts I think take 6. So a double small takes 4, a medium takes 4, a single small takes 2, but a long takes 6. And this is a 2 as a single short. So if I grab a long, then I can complete this in the next journey. And it should make for some interesting driving, to say the least. Interesting being the key word. Don't hug me, I'm scared was weird. Yeah, but that wasn't necessarily a kid's cartoon. That was masquerading as. Unload the truck. Oh, that's 3 points, actually. Interesting. So what does that mean in terms of the map, then? So I need to get 6, which means I could just haul a double. I need to get 5, but I could just haul a double short, and that would be enough. Why don't I do that? I could just haul a double short. Why don't I just haul a double short? And then instead of going that, well, that's the route I can take back, but then I can take this route going there so I can top up on fuel. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we need to swing back around and head back to the garage. I'm going to run a double short. You will get stuck. I don't think so. Watership Down scared me. I never saw that or played that. I'll have to take it from Echo's side. He played a game called King Kong. Well, I don't know what it was called exactly, but it was King Kong something. And I was told on good authority that the centipedes in it were, the giant centipedes were like big nightmare fuel. It was for the PlayStation, as I remember it, or the first generation Xbox. Get over those rocks. There we go. Lovely. Quite nice getting to explore this map in its entirety. Very much enjoying this. Good stuff, yeah. This, oh god, yeah, staying on that is very difficult because of the way it drops off there. God, that'll be a death sentence. Bit of all-wheel drive just to get it up and over. Right. Back the way we came then. Pretty much, with a slight detour once we get to the main river. And we obviously need to go and buy a, or grab the articulated four-wheel log cart so I can run 2 orders of short, and that should be enough. Did you know the horror click adventure The House 1234? No, I did not actually. Something I never really got into. Give it a bit more beans up here. There you go. The problem is fast makes your wheels dig in. I'm also going to take this opportunity to cube hydrate, so forgive the quiet. Big slurp. Oh, a big drink. Up and over on the right there. Oh, that's looking like beaching territory. Jesus. Quite the ridge there. All-wheel drive off. We've now just used over half a tank, but if I play my cards right, I should be able to get back to where I'm going relatively quickly. Hello, Dutch. Good to see you, mate. Need some cube hydrate myself. It's important to be drinking plenty of water. I personally have been a bit naughty and not been drinking very much water. I woke up like a pharaoh this morning, mummified indeed. I wouldn't necessarily say that I watched anything that was outright scary as a kid, as say as like a TV show or something like that. Nothing I really recall as being scary. Pink Elephant Parade. Oh dear. Just move the microphone a little bit away from me there. Having a bit of trouble. You can see now the difference in the truck's performance as we drive back. You can see without just that weight over the rear axle pressing the rear wheels in, just how little grip they actually have. Like a bit of weight over the driven axles is actually better than having no weight at all. Because it just means they're really able to drive the tread of the tyre into the dirt and get some grip. Yeah, in this case we're actually struggling a little bit. We're not getting much ground for the amount of fuel we're using, so I think getting back to the fuel cistern is going to be the way I have to do it. I'm hoping just dragging another trailer behind me, while it's going to increase my contact with the ground and make the trailer a little bit heavier, I'm hoping that, again, that little bit of heaviness is going to be mostly tugging back at the rear axle and just allowing the rear wheels to drive in. Particularly once we actually have a log order, we should be okay. Lovely. I think we're getting into the night here now. I need to fire up the old headlights. Not too much of an issue. Very nice. Just creeping along here. Yeah, so as far as my week goes, not actually too much going on. Shock and horror. As I said at the start of the stream, I'm coming up to my 4th week in furlough at the moment. 4th week in lockdown. It's all a bit weird, to be honest. I thought I'd be enjoying it, but I'm really not. I want to go back to work. I want, like, the routine, the schedule again. That's been the hardest thing. Come on, you big bastard. She's kind of digging in there. What do I do for work? I work in an optician. Not as an optician, but as a member of retail staff. I very specifically work in fittings, repairs, which I really like, and collections. So when you buy a pair of glasses, the guy that basically does all the fittings and adjustments and whatever else after you've bought them, make sure that they fit your head, your melon okay. That's my job. Nerd sales, I like it. There we go. So if I click stop on that, I can now grab a log trailer, can I? Log trailer short. So I can load up the log carriage that I have and that log trailer, and with 3 points apiece, that should get me over the limit. Which is very, very nice. I'm very happy with that. Right, we want to be going to the river, to there, and then we want to go left, and then up towards that fuel cistern. So let's do that. Rocking and rolling. I'm the utility guy for the optometrist. Utility guy. I guess, if you want to say that much. To mount glasses to your face. That's me. Replace your normal work time with a hobby or something to study. It'll make you feel better, I guess. It's just what to study, though, isn't it? Round on the right there. Learning a different language, Jesus. What language will I learn? But only the insults. It's a good idea. Study the blade. Yeah, so that's an idea. Can be anything really. I'm studying a computer course online as well as trying to study lockpicking for fun. Ah, fair play. Come on. Oh god, she's really struggling up here. I'm sensing some, yep, all-wheel drive to get over that big log there. There we go, back on. Oh god. It's rough going, man. It's good though. It's a good test. It's a good challenge. Do I play Arma 3? I do. Or at least ARMA. Every now and again. Yes, I turn it off for fuel efficiency. So what is it? Super Me Man? I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. Yes, that's why I turn it off. I want to bear left here, don't I? Just vague memory of the map. I'm pretty sure I want to hug the left-hand side here. God, she really struggles without a load. Come on. There you go. That a girl. Supreme Man. Oh! Supreme. Right. There you go. Super Me Man. I did wonder. I'm not good at crosswords. or word searches for that matter. When am I going to stream with ZF? I don't know. Maybe tonight. Maybe not. We shall see. There was a Blackwake event yesterday, but I was, yeah, I wasn't really in the mood for it. This does not seem like the trail I was on, or meant to be on, but, well, it's still kind of a road, and I will take kind of. Good stuff. Oh, big yawn. I didn't even need J-Bar to link it there. Right, round on the left. I think we'll be okay. There we go. Oh, God. I might struggle through here. I probably want to all-wheel drive through the river. At the very least. I know, we've got to be close now. Just going to ease off the throttle a little bit. Just very slow on the throttle, just to reduce the amount of fuel that we're drinking as we come through here. Oh yeah, it's starting to sound like a big drink. There's that house that we came past before. Lovely. Oh, goodness me. There you go. Come on. Up and over. Up and over. That's the stuff. This rear trailer is actually just pulling down enough on the back axle. Not by any serious amount, but just enough. Which is great. So we went off from that right hand side before. This time we're going straight over. Now the water in the middle there is quite fast moving. We're going to give it a hit of all-wheel drive for this. Just because we're going wading in deep water. Here we go. Trying to stay above the mud here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, she's doing alright, bless her. I'll give her that. Come on. Come on. You got it. There we go. Scooping ever. Ooh! There we go. Good stuff. That little bit of all-wheel drive really drinking up the fuel there, but we are very close to the fuel cistern. So we can kill the all-wheel drive back to the diff lock, and we should be good to go. He does! Is there a first-person view? Yes! Just there. It's not the most amazing. It's got like that weird, like, dumbed-down HUD. Would be nice to have like proper, gritty first-person, but first-person will do. Have you brought Among Us and Golf It yet? The sale is ending soon. I'll definitely get them. I have Golf with Golf with Your Friends. I do not have Golf It. I will endeavour to get it if I can. Probably buy it after the stream. Just having to feather it up here on the uphill. Although, that said, because I am very close to the fuel cistern, a little bit of all-wheel drive won't hurt. There we go. Round on the right. And then I think we're basically there in 200 metres. I think 200 metres is our fuel cistern, unless it's just round this corner. I feel like it's just round this corner. No, maybe not. Just make sure I'm on the right path here. There it is, so it's just up there. So I've got to follow this road round, and then I'm right on top of it. Okay, so 179 metres to the fuel cistern. Is there a normal road? This map doesn't really have a normal road. Oh, I know where we are. This is that really bad bog. Okay. For this one, we want very low range. Right? So up here, it is totally waterlogged. And it's vital that we creep over it in a slow and careful manner, because digging in here is difficult to get out of. So we're in very low range, all-wheel drive. It's not going to be great for fuel economy, but this is what we have to go through to get to the cistern. The mud here is just epic. So very low range, all-wheel drive. I know it's very dark, but you can see, even with the lowest range on the tyres, just how much I sink into this stuff. In fact, I'm almost stopped. Very, very low range. Just scooping a little bit of the mud out from in front of my tyres each time. This stuff is evil. Yeah, if you get stuck in this stuff, you're basically trapped. Is there a fast truck? This truck can get up to a decent bit of speed. It's just I'm never on the terrain to be able to get up to that kind of speed, sadly. God, this is brutal through here. Any faster than this and I'm going to get big time stuck. Just see how much, even with such a low speed, I'm just going to barely feather my foot on the throttle here. There it is, front wheels are getting purchase, dragging us up onto slightly tougher ground. There we go. I just need the rear wheels to follow suit now, although it's going to be difficult because of the weight over the rear axle pushing it into the mud. Front wheels are starting to cut in again. One wrong move here and I'm in deep trouble. I've just got my big toe resting against the fucking... resting against the throttle here. There we go. Bit more juice just to get over that log. We're getting there, chat. We're getting there. This is probably the hardest bit on this map, that bit there. There we go. She's coming up and above again. I think she's out. She's on slightly harder ground. There we go. Step it up to mid-range. I'd say that looks good. Kill the all-wheel drive. Get her back on the diff locks. Oh, she is. It is still a little bit swampy, but it's not too bad. And we're right next to the fuel cistern, which is excellent. Good stuff. You're driving with a wheel? That I am, Mace Attack. What map am I playing on? This one's called Bog. Scott Morrison. Oh, she is struggling again. Back to the all-wheel drive. Yeah, this part of the map here is a truck killer. It really is. There's no way you'd be able to haul efficiently through here. And I'd say we are now free. Lovely. Yeah, I'd say that's the worst bit of the bog done there. Nice. And here is our fuel station. We can top up on gas and then continue pushing north. How long am I streaming for? About another 45 minutes-ish. To keep the VOD size on time. Or on par, I should say. Swinging us round. Lovely jubbly. And stop. That should get us all fueled up. There it is. And we can press on. North is our adventure. Right. Best way to get through here, in my mind, is to here. And then through this area like that. And then through there. And then onto the road and left. Okay. Good stuff. Nice one. Sun's coming up, which is nice. We'll be able to see what we're doing now. Kill the headlight. Immediately crash into a tree. Oh, that's a very tight gap there. Left hand down. Come on. There you go. That a girl. Through and over we go. Nice one. Yes, yeah, exactly. It's the force feedback servos. Yeah, that kind of whining sound you're hearing at the back. That's the sound you're hearing. Apologies if it's coming through. Good stuff. So I believe I'm taking a left-hand turn through here. There we go. Yes, a slight left-hand turn. Difference in gradient giving me a bit of grief, but that's fine for now. This will be our last haul, and then we're just about done with this map, which is great. We've done well, actually, to only do it in 2 streams. It's 4 hours, but not bad. Nice one. Back round on the right here. And then we're kind of off the beaten track for a little bit, or we're on a very, very underused trail. Which I'm all for, because underused trails mean firm ground, which means I don't have to use the diff lock quite as much. he says as he digs in. Okay, we'll keep the diff lock on then. I suppose the only problem with it being a very underused trail is that it is very soft. It hasn't had time to harden the ground. And I suppose there being very soft ground is maybe the reason why it's underused in the first place. Didn't think about that. Oh, hello. I am... oh, shit. Hello. What am I stuck on? Oh, I'm just digging in big time. Okay. We've got our first calamity. Let's see if we can just winch straight off of what we're stuck on here. Advanced. Winch points. I've got no winch points ahead of me, which is really the direction I want to go. So let's see. Let's try backing up just ever so slightly, seeing what we're stuck on. What is it that we're hitting? Not entirely sure. Maybe that boulder's hitting the... yeah, hitting the chassis. Okay. My only solution to this is to give it more power. Let's go right up. I think that's worked nicely. Very good. Back down to mid-range. Good thinking, Clarkson. It does work in some cases. Yeah, Mr. Clarkson was... he is my spirit animal, apparently. Right, okay. Kill back out of all-wheel drive. This is going to be precarious. Hug the left so that we don't fall in. Jesus, that's rough going through there. We'll always get some more fuel from the fuel cistern, which is great. Rest in peace, tree. I know. Big sad. Lovely stuff. If not power, then a hammer will do, yes. Sadly, there are no hammers in spin tyres. See, now, I said that I was going to go that way. But where's the fun in that? Why don't I just go right as the crow flies to the location? I'm going to go based on really nothing at all left here instead of right. And this is the story of how Joe starved to death in the woods. There we go. Hello, Chinny. Good to see you, mate. I just saw you load up Daisy. How is yourself, sir? Yeah, in hindsight, this wasn't the best idea. I think I'll be alright. I am going to run over this small sapling, as I kind of need to. I think staying on the high ground here to the right is the right way to go. Murderer. I am a sapling murderer. It's something I will have to live with. I'm over it. This is a pond. Whatever delicate ecosystem will suckle on the diesel fumes of my post-Soviet monstrosity. A little bit of all-wheel drive. There we go. That'll go, that'll go. Bit of all-wheel drive, you got it. There you go. Lovely, lovely. Excellent stuff. Then back on the diff lock. We are in danger of being where we want to be. I think our trucks are parked up here on the left. That was alright. Wasn't even that slow, to be honest. Gap in the trees we're going to go for. There it is. Fighting me force feedback wheel. And here we are, back at Log Kiosk Central. I think I'm going to refuel on the inlet rather than the outlet this time. Come on, up you get, up you get. I'm right next to the fuel cistern, so I can go for a bit of heavy fuel. I find Quebec had a bit of an issue during streaming yesterday, so I had to purge the VOD, and the audio fucked up again. Oh, really? Bless. Big bless. There we go. Stop here. Advanced. Change truck to this guy. Advanced. Stop engine. Advanced. Fuel trailer. Fuel him up. Change truck. Back to him. Fuel full tank of gas. Let's rock and or roll. Make sure the truck is in low range first gear or mid range first gear. Release all-wheel drive. Let's pull up next to the logging kiosk. There it is. Just on the right. I do see it, I do. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong one, aren't I? There we go. Oh, not too bad, Aaron. Not too bad. Been a little bit better. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, big yawn. Right. So I need to park like here. And then what I need to do. Advanced. We're going to put on the parking brake. We're going to go advanced. Here. We're going to turn the anchors. And we're going to push the anchors down just to support the truck and the load and the lorry and everything else in between. And then we're going to switch to the crane, which requires me plugging in my Xbox controller. Because again, that's really the most intuitive way to do it. It's the way that kind of makes the most sense. So we need to grab 8 small logs for our thing here. It's true, actually, yeah. You are right, Scrooge. But I think the chassis that this lorry's built on should be able to handle it. Okay, here we go. So, we're going to operate the crane. What we need to do is select quite a lot of those little logs. There it is. Oh, God, we're moving around quite a bit. Open the thing. It's kind of in the way a little bit, but... Oh, God, it's lulling around so much. So I've managed to snag 2 there. Not really all that well. Oof. Jesus H. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. They're in at least, eh? Right. Go forward, grab these couple. Down we go a little bit. Just wait for the thing to stop swinging. That should be both of them. Oh, God. There we go. Lovely stuff. And they're in. So that constitutes a full log load. I'm going to just load up the other one first. The front trailer. I'm going to load that up now. Just because if I do it now, then it's done. And I can just activate them all together. Which will be nice. Oh, that's only a 1. We can live with just 1. At least it's something. Not bad. Getting the hang of it now, chat. He says. He says. It's a bit like Quap. You don't remember what you did. Oh, that's a 3. Oh, yes. Just grab that one. Oh, if that was a skill crane, I would not have won my toy there. There we go, bring it a bit closer. And she's in. Restore crane. Right? So now I click advanced. Then I click these guys. And then I click those guys. And then we're fully loaded with 6 points. Not bad at all. So what we do here then, we put down the controller, get back on the steering wheel and keyboard. We set our course back the way we came, so down here, and then down this road to like here, and then through there, and through there, and through there, and then there, and then down there, and then it's straight over to the depot. Another 2-mile journey. But we should be pretty good. Oh, I'm going to have a big stretch before we do this. Oh, God. But then that's the bog complete on 1 start, which I'm very, very happy with. Ugh. Right. Parking brake off. Let's go. Very nice. So, yeah, as you can see, a bit more weight over the rear axle just means that the rear wheels can dig in a bit more firmly into the ground and just allow it just to get a bit better traction. Traction is the word of the day here. It's got the turning circle of a small planet, but it's certainly got enough grunt to get to where it's going, which is nice. I know, truck, I know. Yeah, it would have been really a bit counterintuitive, but what can you do? Right then, off and on we go. I don't need to fuel up on our way out, because I fueled up on the way in. Should have more than enough fuel to get to where I'm going. Really depends how much all-wheel drive I have to do, but now that there's weight over the rear axle, we'll be a bit less dependent on all-wheel drive. There's our massive tractor, the K700. We haven't really had need of it, to be honest. I kind of use it as a glorified recovery vehicle, because if something's stuck, that will tow it out. And then we've got our little scout vehicle there, the B-22. I forget which one it was, the B-44. Hello, Zemicus. Good to see you, mate. Good. It'll be afternoon now. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome. A bit of cube hydrate as well from the car. Very good. Ooh, ah, dear. Do you get a lot of logging trucks in the UK? I wouldn't have said there was a massive logging industry in the UK. It's all protected forest, isn't it? The only forests we have all got big old green belt signs hanging over them. So is this an illegal logging simulator? I'm not sure, actually. It doesn't allude to it. Maybe. Maybe we are illegal logging. The Brazil simulator. Well, I imagine illegal logging goes on anywhere. big eye scratch. There's some up in the Lake District. Oh, right. Big interest. Or rather, that's interesting in its own right. Stealing trees still sounds daft. So did stealing lead from church roofs, but if it's worth money, it's worth money. England isn't that interesting. It's got an interesting history. There's just not much interesting about it today. Yeah, I imagine in Eastern Europe it's still got a bit of a thing going. Is it like regulated much, or is it just like, fuck it, here's a tree, chop it down, sell the wood, you know? Is it like that? In my mind, nothing's really regulated in the Eastern Bloc, but I think that is prejudice. Oh, that's a lot of lean on that trailer. Holy shit, that was scary. There's also always a chance that this shit could topple, and if it does topple, then I am in a bit of bother. Because again, the B130 is probably going to have to be my recovery vehicle, or probably the K700 will probably have enough grunt. But we shall see. The K700 will probably be the one. I do, Syart. It is a bit of a personal trait, sadly. I do lean a bit. Exmoor and Dartmoor, actually, beautiful parts of the country there in Exmoor. Really nice. There we go. Coming up to the wet bit. Thankfully, this isn't of the same calibre as the bog we drove through before, so we're not too bad, to be honest. You can see how much of a difference, though, the weight on the rear axle makes. Massive difference to the performance and grip of the truck. And this will actually complete the bog for us, and then we'll have a 1-star victory, which means if we play this again, we'll have a big red star on the side, which is what we want.
Oh,
hello, Real
yeah.
T-Boy. Good to see you there, mate. 2-month streak. Thank you very much, sir. There you go. Go on. Go on. There we go. Oh, big yawn. Big yawn. Lovely. I don't think we'd need to go down that way just yet. Am I even heading the right way at the moment? Let's have a... because the map is telling me off. Yeah, I am still heading the right way. Just chugging along, it's true. Slow and steady does win the race. Slow and steady stops your truck from rolling. Which is infinitely more preferable for me at the moment. Now, this isn't the hard bit on this part of the journey. The hard bit is when it gets really narrow up ahead. That's when we could be in for some fun. So far doing excellent on fuel economy. Okie dokie. Continue on this road. Mid-range first gear seems to work beautifully for this lorry. It's definitely the sweet spot for her. I should play Farming Sim. I should actually play some Farming Sim. The only problem is I've only got Farming Sim 2013. I haven't got the new one. Or ones. Can you drift in this thing? I will never know. Or maybe I will. The next map has a bit of tarmac on it, would you believe? Maybe we can find out on that one. go. 160 metres. Just got to get through this small pond here. You can drift anything at least once. I like that. Thank you to 72 Evolution. Why am I giving you money? It should be the other way around. I know, right? I know. It's terrible business. Alas, it is how it is. How about Joe farming IRL? IRL, what? Doing a little bit of... I suppose I could. Be interesting enough. Plant some seeds. It's not really my garden though. And the soil around here is like pretty crap because it's like full of rubble. Eurobeat. Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah, it's one of its more redeeming qualities. That there, Bodvin. Potted plants will also do. That's true.
Oh yeah.
Hello, wood scrap. Oh yeah, large machine with huge wood. Oh dear. How you doing, mate? You all right? Are you in good form? You in good form? You broke your nose sailing. Holy shit. What did you do? Got hit out of the boat by about 10 feet. What did you do? Like, you strapped yourself to the end of a cannon. Jesus Christ. Broken your nose. Out. Oh. The boom hit me at about 25 mile an hour. Oh my God. That is outrageous. Oh man, I hope... it's got to fucking hurt. But I hope you're alright. Jesus Christ, mate. Have I played MudRunner? Do you mean SnowRunner? And if that's the case, no, I have not. As a landlubber, what's the boom exactly? I'm not familiar with such terminology. Oh, around there. Boom is the horizontal bit that the sail connects to. Ah, right. The boom hurts. It certainly sounds like it. God, Struth. Come on. Come on, you beast. Find the traction. That's the girl. Come on. Big log. Not having any of it. She just crushes her way over. Excellent. Nice one. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, this was the really tight corner before. We shall see if I can give it a relatively wide berth and see if I can sort of ride the corner round. So if we come in on a very wide line here, I can kind of follow the hairpin round. Go all wheel for this. There you go, that's actually a lot better than I did the first time. Yes. Yes. Very nice. Back to diff lock only. That was a lot better through there this time. Taking the right line. Had some ducks then. Not too bad, not too bad. Getting close to the river now, surely. Ooh, that's deep mud. It's really thick, this stuff. I feel like I should have maybe taken a left turn there, but Oh well, we're coming out in the same place anyway. Round you go, son. Come on. Over the worst of it. There we are. Keep going. It's getting into the night now. Bit of headlight. So we'll be making our delivery in the dark. What can you do, though? What can you do? Where am I going? This does not seem right. I think before I cut that way, didn't I? Okay, well, right, here we go. I can hear the Wendigo. Where did Wendy go? Come on, round you get. Round you get. Bit of all-wheel drive for you. Submarine mode, apparently. Suggest increasing the in-game volume. Okay, we'll give it a go. Hopefully that's a bit better for you. Grot. Big kick. Them frogs though, I know, right? Big French. Which way do I go here then? So I can go... So I want to stay on the right-hand fork if I can. Swing her around. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Good stuff. I don't hear anything since the Eurobeat drowns it out. Fair play? Goodness gracious. Over we go. She's doing well. She's doing well. The big beast. Come on, over you get. That's the stuff. There you go. Go on. Go on. That's it. Oh, she's really struggling. I'm going to give her a tap of all-wheel drive just to get her up the hill. All that weight. Lovely jubbly. Right then, back round on the left. Swing it around. Big left hand down. Lovely jubbly. We did one log delivery, Freddy. We're just working on getting the second one in. Okay, here we go. I am still caning the all-wheel drive here, but kind of demands it. There we go. Right across the water into the river. This represents really the halfway point on our journey, but definitely the difficult bit is now done. Oh god, here we go. Come on. There's a lot of big rocks at the bottom of the river. Am I going to stream tomorrow? Yes. Or is it at least an evening stream tomorrow? Because in the afternoon my mum's coming over because it's her birthday. Hello, Purple Satan. Welcome, welcome. Round on the left here. We're doing well. I'm happy to have the bog nearly completed here. Just pitch dark out there. As well it should be. Right. Yep, release the all-wheel drive. There she goes. Happy birthday to your mum. Oh, thank you very much. Don't ask me how old she is, I stopped counting. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, Jane. Mine's tomorrow as well. No, well, I'll tell her that it's that guy's birthday, and she'll go, who? And I'll say, that guy. That'll confuse her. Oh, God, really muscling through here. This deep mud. It's taking a little bit of time. I'm tempted to just really have a good go on the all-wheel drive, although we've already used quite a bit of fuel. Just got to get free of the deep mud. There we go. There she goes. I do like these trucks in this game. This is one of the few trucks that can really just eat everything that it comes across. It's a good lorry. I'm glad that the game was kind enough to spawn a couple for me, because I really had my pick of the litter here. I could have really had anything that the game wanted to throw at me. And I'm glad that it gave me these, because these are very capable machines. There we go. Not bad at all. There we are. Still a good distance to go. But like I say, once we've dropped this off, we are home free. And we have completed the bog on 1 star, which is quite a feat in its own right. We did it with the B130, goddamn. Although, criminally, I haven't used the B130 for much, and I think if I use it again, I should try and make more of a point of using the B130, if at all possible. But it's not exactly been easy with these trucks. They're going still. They've still got stuck. They've still struggled. But they've held their own. Credit where it is due. They've done alright. There you go. Go on. There we are. Right, up we go. I'm going to give it a bit of all-wheel drive up this hill. I wouldn't normally, but I've just got to try and make sure I keep purchase here. I mean, if I step up to full speed here, I might actually be doing a bit better. Let's actually go high range. This is really going to drink fuel, but on all-wheel drive, we should be able to scramble up here. Holy shit, the steering wheel's going mad. Jesus Christ. Me petrol. Right, let's kill the all-wheel drive. Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh,
There it goes.
yeah.
Come on there. Alex, the thief. Good to see you, mate. Oh, she's digging in. She's digging in. Come on. Come on. Don't stall. Don't stall. Oh, she's stalled. She's gone. Oh, well, it tackled that hill quite well. Credit where it's due. She did okay. 109 litres left in the tank. About 300 metres left to go. She did alright then. Yep, bogged. Bogged out. It's always bound to... It's never a case of... The only vehicles that I would say that could really get a good rambling are the blue off-road souped UAZ, which we might take out on the next one, who knows. It is very dark. So near and yet so far. I've left the fucking reverse light on that truck. I could nip in and just get a little bit of petrol, but the truth is I don't need it. We're nearly there. There's our garage. We'll just drift on by. I swear, it got to a point where I would use Big Blue to tow us if we got in much more trouble than we already are. But I think she's got enough fuel to get to where she's going. Get her up this hill. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. She's just not doing it. Oh no, she is. Yeah, that's drinking petrol. Stop. Low range. There you go. You see, speed isn't always the answer. I'm making better progress on mid-range than I am on fast. Kill the all-wheel drive. Just tap it and feather it as we come up. Thank you, don't shoot here. I'm not doing too bad. Too bad. Fitting a little bit better. Thank you for asking. She's really struggling, actually. There we go. Solid mid-range. I've drank all of the games. I've drank all of her petrol. She's not doing the best for fuel economy. In fact, I might even be cutting it a bit close here. I've only got about 10 minutes of fuel left. But I think I will get there before I run out. Think being the key word here. Right, ooh, there we go, turn that around. Good stuff. Not bad. Push, I know, we're nearly there, we're so close. Come on. 100 meters to go. The tight curve, the little bit of off-roading, and then we are golden. I wonder if it says too many logs or something like that and it sends us all the way back. Hopefully not. Like we have to get rid of one or something. There it is. Again, apologies for the whining, but I am having to whip the wheel round rather aggressively, so I am. There's our turn off. In a mere 70 meters, we will be turning off. Yeah, someone shot a hole in the fuel tank there, Sween. Okay, a little bit. I've got to have some all-wheel drive to get out of this. Oh, God, I'm so close. Please, game. Please. It's just that trailer. Come on. Come on. I've got to go all-wheel drive through the water. Oh. Oh, please. Please. Oh, the fuel economy. Ah. Oh, she's drinking fuel. Oh my god, she's drinking it. Oh, I've got to all-wheel drive up this little bit. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, easy does it. Easy does it. Right, left hand down, and all-wheel drive. Do not hit that tree. There she goes. Oh, the fuel. Oh, the fuel. Come on. Come on. I was so close. I've just got to follow my tyre tracks over the small bridge and then drop off. Jesus, it's thirsty. $5 in the morning. We will have a small amount of daylight come in. I can see the kiosk. It's just there. I think we'll be okay. Just barely. It depends how we do on this bridge. I want to try and keep to the right hand side of it if I can. Here goes. Here goes. Hold it. Hold. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. No. 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 Get it. Oh, the trailer. Oh, so close. I think she's... Come on, that's got to be it. Come on. Come on. Any second. With 33 litres left in the tank. Jesus. Less than a tenth of a tank. Come on. Gonna pull the whole thing in. Yes. Yes. Is that it? Yes. That's the one. 1 star hardcore. Oh! Kill me. Oh my goodness me. So now my truck has the 1 star on the side. My Soviet red star. We've completed it. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. 1 star. Wow, wowee. And yeah, that brings us nicely onto the 2-hour mark. Jesus. Big drink, a celebratory drink of water. Why not? Jesus Christ. Just the silence of the frogs and the birds and the crickets. Oh man, it's all of that for a red star on the side of the truck. And the bog isn't even the worst map. Like, if we now go out to main menu, the bog is now completed. We now have to do a map that I have never completed on hardcore, which is not downhill, not crossing, island. I've only ever completed this map on regular and with a shitload of stars. I did crossing with 2 stars, but island I've done with a shitload of stuff. This one is a pain in the ass because this one's got 2 logging stations and I believe 2 lumber depots. It does, yeah, there's 2 lumber depots. Oh my goodness gracious me. Can you get more stars or is 1 the limit? Yeah, so you count down. Communist achievement, it's true. Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, that brings us nicely up to 2 hours there. I'm going to big stretch and I'm going to leave you for a little bit. I'm going to have a bit of a break and then I should be back this evening. I'm not sure if it's Deep Rock tonight or what's going on. We shall see. So yeah, I am going to sign off here for this afternoon. A big thank you for everybody tuning in and a big thank you to everyone for the advice about just stuff to keep busy with and stuff. I will try and keep on top of it, and I'll let you know how I'm getting on. How big are some of these maps? Pretty big. I couldn't give you a square footage as I don't know. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in today. Hopefully you are all big fun for... yes, there's I believe Miss Jana and Catler are playing Raft in about an hour. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. So yeah, I am going to bow out, love you and leave you there in terms of people who are online this fine afternoon. Let's take a look and drop you on over to Mr. Bavin, who's currently playing Satisfactory. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and I will catch thee in the not too distant future. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Remember to buy... Yes, I will do. Thank you very much, Screwed. Right, catch you in a bit, folks.